Okay, hello everyone, and thank you for coming to my birthday hangout. I have with me Jen from Jen's Lil Corner, and
Hi.
I have Junkshop from Junkshop Library. Junkshop, you there?
I think Junkshop might have frozen.
Yeah, I think he's frozen. Okay,
He'll
and
be back.
we have Godless Engineer. Hi, John.
Hi.
And we have Chris from the Daily Atheist.
Hello, hello. How you doing?
Okay. And we do not have any set agenda here. I just invited everyone for casual conversation. It's my birthday, and I just wanted to hang out with friends.
Awesome. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. 21st day. Wow.
There you go. Yeah, 20, yeah. Let me ask you, I forget, because I know you're fairly new to the atheist scene and to being an atheist. Is this your first birthday as an atheist? Or did you atheist last year?
I'm not sure, because I either was in the process or else I was out. I'm not sure the exact date that it happened. It was I think this is my first birthday as an atheist. Mm-hmm. I think it was more like about July.
So
Robin Smile is in the chat.
Freedom birthday then.
Yeah. Robin Smile is in the chat and probably remembers better than I do. Robin, do you remember? Oh, looks like Junkshop's coming back.
All right. Am I audible this time?
Yes, you are.
Welcome back.
Hallelujah. All right. More than one way to skin a cat.
Yep.
Randall, what you want to do with it afterwards, I suppose.
Robin said, pretty sure this is my first birthday as an atheist. Yes.
Gotcha. So good for you.
Oh, and you got Randolph in the chat now.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Randolph, for the birthday wishes.
Hey, Granny, I don't remember. Did you come from a sect that was particularly hard on birthdays? How did your religious groups deal with birthdays? Some do it differently. How about you guys? What was your?
We were it varied from person to person. The church itself didn't say anything specific. There usually was too big to acknowledge birthdays. Of course, part of it is having been married to someone that was active duty Army for so long. We moved so many times, and I've been a member of a lot of different churches. I've lived in several different areas of the country, and there's a Presbyterian church that I went to where there was a group of women that we would get together once a quarter and have lunch and celebrate all the birthdays in that quarter. And so we would have a once a quarter women's birthday luncheon. That's probably the most formal thing we ever did for birthdays in the church. It wasn't that they weren't supposed to be celebrated. It just wasn't a church-wide thing.
But isn't it the Jehovah's Witnesses, if I remember correctly, they don't celebrate because of something?
Yeah, they don't allow any one day to be more important than another. So they don't celebrate anything. Christmas, Easter, anything.
I thought there was a thing about because somebody gave somebody else a John the Baptist's head as a birthday gift, they don't worship. You know, it's been that long. I'm sure there's a group of people out there who have issues with birthdays because of that. I'm pretty sure.
Well, Jehovah's Witnesses don't have birthdays.
Right. So, John. I was curious, sorry, Granny, I don't mean to take over the show.
No, go ahead.
It's been a while since I've talked to John. Of course, we've been threatening to get him on the show, but I wanted to ask, what religion did you come from? What brand of Christianity, or were you a cradle atheist?
Well, so I started off as a Catholic. I was Catholic until I was about maybe 10 or so, and then we kind of went to a more Protestant sort of church, not for any kind of theological reason or anything like that. We had family that was in the Catholic Church that we didn't really want to be around anymore, and so we just sort of moved from the Catholic Church to other Protestant churches. At least it wasn't indicated to me that we had like any kind of like theological like clash with the Catholic theology. We just didn't want to see that part of the family anymore.
I have family like that. Pay extra to not have to see them. I'd go to church to not see them.
Neil 604 Atheist has showed up in the chat, and so has Caitlin Chloe, as well as Randolph Richardson.
All right.
Welcome, everyone. I'm glad everyone was able to come for my birthday hangout.
Hey, Neil. Randolph. I'm going to get Randolph back on the show. I'm going to get Neil back on the show, too.
You'll be making lists whilst you're here. Everyone who pops in, Chris is going, you're back on my show. You're back on my show.
I know. I've got, there's a long story behind that, actually. I'm going to make a Google form. That's what I was starting to do. I'm going to make a Google form. I'll send them a link and they can answer the questions if they want to be on the show. And they can, with a calendar and everything, because that's too crazy. I'm not smart enough to keep up with it. I'm too tech dumb. I need a young person to wrangle all my technology.
This man complains about being tech. You've seen his show, and he does it every day, and he complains about being tech dumb.
Gotcha. Yeah. I can't. I don't know. There's just too many. I'm as a new person into this. I'm trying to grow into shoes like John's there. Do something like what John's got going on, and I tell you, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work, huh, John? It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Are you just talking about putting out daily content in general?
Daily content, keeping up with all the social media and all the
it can be a little overwhelming at times.
And the technology.
I've got a pretty good system in place though, because I really just have to record, I think maybe 2 videos, I guess normal response type videos.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to record 2 of those a week, and then we have our podcasts that we do, and then I cut up old live streams and put them up one day. So, or I'll put up a clip from a previous discussion. So, I've got pretty easy. I got some ways that makes it pretty easy, to get the daily content out. But it's not like I put a lot of work into my scripts, so that's probably why they don't do so well.
You and me both, John.
Talk up your stuff. What was that, Jen? I'm sorry.
I said I'm like John. I tend to do all my videos off the cuff. I tend not to write scripts at all.
Okay.
I think,
and that can show, especially if it's something I don't know enough about. So
yeah,
swings and merry-go-rounds. You could look stupid sometimes.
Godless Granny and I think have a similar way of turning out our scripted content. We write it, script it, and then film it, edit it, drop it up on the internet once a week. That's kind of how you do. I've got the Daily Atheist morning show, but I've also got the scripted content. My wife is really getting after me. I haven't put out anything in 3 weeks. She's sitting over here and she's eyeballing me. She's eyeballing me.
You can come over and share the screen.
Oh no. She's she's ready for me to get my next episode of the Evil God Monster Abraham series out. So that's one of her things. So
yeah.
But the morning show is a lot of work. Actually, you guys have seen my little commercials now that I got little commercials. I do little commercials.
I saw one of them.
Yeah. Hello, tomorrow on the Daily Atheist, we're going to have Bob and Tom and Steve, and they're going to be here tomorrow. Check it out. It's kind of weird, but it works for Facebook. If you're on Facebook, it's a Facebook thing.
Who do you have tomorrow?
It works good on Twitter too.
I do. Yeah. I do post them on Twitter. There's things I don't know. But I do not. Yeah, I do post them on Twitter, and I actually signed up for Hootsuite yesterday, so I'll be able to post them all out. Twitter. That's something I was wondering about with you, Godless Engineer John. I've seen your videos on Twitter. I've also heard that you've kind of got your feet wet into the TikTok.
Oh yeah. So with the TikTok, I mean, that's just pretty much repurposed content because what I'll do is while I'm editing a video, I'll just try to find a 10 to 15 second little clip that's pretty self-contained, and I'll put that into a clip that I can put on TikTok, or I mainly use it for the stories. So YouTube stories, I get I get some subscribers from posting on the YouTube stories, but I'll use that same video on TikTok, YouTube stories, Instagram story, and I'll post them on Twitter sometimes. So I mean, yeah, I get for those particular pieces of content, I get a lot of use out of them.
Gotcha. Little
Hello
clips that
to
you cut out
Dylan
of your-
Vanessa. Thank you for joining us. And I was trying to see if I missed anybody else.
Yeah, they're there. Hello, Dylan.
You got 15 watching now.
That's really something. I'm really
There
happy.
you go. There you go. Yeah, well, I've been a little hesitant to do the TikTok. Anyway, Godless Granny's birthday. Not tech talk. No tech. The wife gets me. She's looking at me.
They are vicious over there on TikTok, though, as far as the comments go. Like it's the worst of, like, I would say it's the worst of Christianity that kind of exists over there right now. You don't really on TikTok. I'll post up a simple video on TikTok, and you get all of these people on there that are just hateful, and it's crazy, like how hateful they can be. So it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Okay.
Gotcha. I'm a delicate soul.
Yeah, you might want to steer
I've
clear.
seen some of the people you've interviewed, Chris. I doubt that.
I'll be over rocking in the corner in the fecal position, crying later.
Hello to Zachary Rose, and hello, Ron Williamson. First time viewer. It's good to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Awesome. Look at all these people, Granny. Happy birthday.
I know, this is really something. I mean, my goodness, I would, if I had a birthday party here and just invited people to come, I couldn't get this many people to come.
You know, that's true, huh?
Not at the height of a pandemic, at any rate.
Well, no, I mean before that.
Good point.
And that's the
Junction.
thing about the community as a whole. The community rallies around and looks after its own.
Right.
We've seen that time and time again,
Mhm.
like with Angie's house.
I heard about that.
So
Yes.
it's quite astonishing how close and well knit our community can be, and how much we can all support each other. It's something Christians would probably be fucking jealous of. Sorry,
Oh
Granny.
yeah. Amiga Nuts has just showed up. Hello, Amiga Nuts,
Hey, Amiga Nuts.
and thank you for the birthday greetings. Yeah, that was one thing that I thought I would really miss when I left the Christian community, is because I know that when my mother was dying, the one thing that I felt bad about is it was a 9-hour drive to where my mom was, and my mom needed a lot of care. And so we were rotating. I would go out there and take care of her for a week, and then I would come home, and my sister went for a week, and my brother and my other brother and my aunt, my mom's sister, and the 5 of us were rotating for a while. And if none of us could be there, I kept thinking, if she had a church would be bringing her meals, and she would have more help, with someone taking care of her, instead of us having to be traveling so far all the time to get to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found that's the atheist community is just as supportive, if not more so, than the Christian community ever was.
Because there's no expectation on top of it. Our support is... A lot of Christians only offer that support because they're looking at what they can get out of it later. And I've seen that firsthand. If I do this, I'm doing good in the eyes of God. Can't you just do something good because it's good?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm starting to really not understand, like, that whole sentiment that you hear from Christians. At least the more that I get into, like, the theology of Christianity, because, like, when I guess just in the Christian faith, I really don't see the point in, like, being a good person. because like when you die, you're just judged on whether or not you believe in Jesus.
It was for the fruit.
Depends on the denomination.
And the crowns, it was, you got more rewards in heaven if you did more good things.
You had to do the good things to store up stuff for what you get returned in heaven.
Yep.
So you can get into heaven just by believing in Jesus, but you have to have done the good things to get in the good, to get put in the good districts.
Well,
if you want to be in a good neighborhood in heaven, you have to do good shit.
Is that supported by scripture though?
Kind of, there's the story of having storing up treasure in heaven is talked about in scripture. And they also talk about mansions in heaven. And even though this isn't scriptural, a lot of stories have arisen about how big your mansion is or how great your mansion is. And I always thought, I wouldn't want a mansion all to myself in heaven. I'd want some people around me.
Yeah. So the strong suggestion is the good works you do on earth still stores up for good rewards in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It's not strongly supported, no.
There's 7 different crowns that you can earn by doing various things. Becoming a martyr is one of the crowns you can earn. One of the crowns is for overcoming hardship. There's a number of them. Oh, and hello to KCA Randy. Thank you for coming.
Hey, Randy.
Hey, Granny.
Yes.
Randolph Richardson. I'm sure you're familiar with Randolph. He asked me for a link, and he may be sitting in the.
You are right. There he is.
There he is.
All right. Hi, Randolph.
Hey, Randolph.
Hello. How's it going? Happy birthday.
I saw him asking for the link, and I wasn't sure if I could do it without ruining everything. But yeah, you got it for me.
Wily Coyote.
Oops.
And there he went. Hi, Randolph. Bye, Randolph.
I think he's still there, but maybe just a picture. I don't know.
He's there in spirit.
Right. There we go. He's back. Oh, he's gone again.
And he's gone again. We can all do that, Randolph.
Sorry, suddenly a bunch of people were in the room. I didn't want to end up with a bunch of noise on the channel. I just happy birthday, Godless Granny. It's I want to say welcome to the atheism community. It's fantastic to have you as part of everything.
Thank you very much, and I have to thank you for the support that you have given me. You have really helped me. My Transgender for Beginners video is by far the most successful video I had, and it's because of the promotion I got from you.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
I'm glad that it works. I never know if it's how successful that is, because I think a lot of people are helping share it as well. So,
have you got any ops in the chat, Granny?
Do I have any what in the chat?
You need them. You need an op in the chat.
Oh, okay. How do I do that?
We have an unwanted guest.
Oh, okay. Duncan Atheism?
Yeah.
I just want to. Earlier you were talking a little bit about how support. The conversation was about support from the atheism community. I find it's quite good, and I think one of the underlying themes with atheism is that we don't have an expectation of conformity with any other values. We understand naturally that people have a lot of different views on different things, so we tend to just accept people for who they are, and we have this point where what unites us is just not believing in deities. So it's with Christians or with other religious groups, I find there's often an expectation that you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that, you're going to follow the 10 Commandments and all these different things. Atheism, we're completely free. We don't have these rules. So I think that's kind of what you're seeing.
Chris, how do I give someone a blue wrench?
Click on the 3 little dots next to their name and make them a moderator.
Click on their name.
There should be the 3 dots that show up whenever you hover over.
Oh, there's the 3 dots. But the only choice I have are put user in timeout or block user.
No,
on the 3 dots. No, that's not it. Oops, sorry, Amiga Nuts. I'm trying to make you a blue wrench, and
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to have to head off because I have to take care of something here. Was not quite expecting it. So, again, happy birthday, and it's very nice to see all of you. I think we've talked before, Godless Engineer. It was a long time ago.
Probably. Your name seems familiar, so.
It's probably because of my work with the Canadian Atheists.
Oh, okay.
We'll
Good
talk.
seeing you.
Coming. It's good having you.
Right.
Bye, Randall.
Bye bye.
There we go. So, did you figure out how to give somebody a wrench, or?
Nope.
Yeah, there should be the 3 dots over there, and you
I
just click
see
them.
the
and-
3 dots, but when I click on the 3 dots, the only choices I have are put user in timeout or block user.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
Perhaps
Yeah, that's
it's,
weird. It should work like with the 3 dots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've found that I have trouble adding moderators in the middle of a stream. Sometimes I just have to. Sometimes I have to pick from another stream. Oh my goodness!
And Shannon Q came. Oh my gosh! This makes my year. Oh my word! Both of you. Oh, thank you so much for coming. This means so much to me. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't believe Paula, Gia, and Shannon Q showed up. Yeah, Robin, if you don't mind coming down and give me a hand, that would be great. Yes, we have celebrities in the chat. That is so cool. That is so cool.
Wow.
Paula, Gia, the video that I'm working on and I just shot today, I borrowed a piece from one of your videos for it. I borrowed one of your For the Bible Tells Me So clips and stuck that in there. I did a response to a J. Warner Wallace video.
Oh my!
Yeah, that's coming out on Friday.
Pass me the pad of eyes.
Oh, you can do it on the iPad? I thought you had to do it on the computer.
Probably.
Robin's going to see if he can figure out how to give someone a blue wrench. If you can, give Amiga Nuts a blue wrench and give yourself a blue wrench and give
I
Casey
would take a
wrench.
blue wrench.
Yeah, you can give Chris one too.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, you found it? Okay, great.
There you go.
Robin's got it figured out. When in doubt, call a teenager.
There you go.
I don't know about anything else though, so I got you to the page.
Oh, you got me to the
There's
page. Okay.
Have fun.
Nothing like a blue wrench to go bouncing trolls. And
Yeah.
apparently,
Don't add
amazing.
everyone. Just add enough people to control the chat.
yeah. Okay.
Because Mr. Darth Dawkins there will probably show up with sock accounts and other people.
Mhm. And other people.
Okay.
He's kind of nagging at me right now, but we don't want to talk about it and give him the.
Nope,
But,
we don't need to do that.
Paul,
I'm supposed to add a
Shannon,
URL.
hi. It's nice to see you guys here.
This is too hard. Sorry. We'll just go moderator less, and if someone shows up, I'll just block them myself.
Okay.
Because
Well, hopefully it's over.
Yep, hopefully. It didn't help. Okay.
So, Godless Granny, have you done anything special for your birthday today?
We picked up a cake from Edgar's Bakery,
Oh,
and we got dinner from Connor's.
nice.
Yeah, Connor's is a nice steakhouse in town. In fact, Connor's is where Godless Granny got started because I took Godless Engineer and Casey out to dinner at Connor's Steakhouse and asked them how you start a YouTube channel. And I'd been thinking about it. And yeah, he talked me into doing it. He said, go for it.
Oh, well done.
Well, Gia, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I totally get that you've got kids to take care of, but thank you so much for stopping by. And Paula G and Shannon, well, Paula G is very much responsible for my becoming an atheist because it was listening to some of his videos that really helped me see the truth of Christianity. And Shannon Q has been very helpful in getting me started as well, because when I launched my channel, Shannon gave me a lot of publicity.
Shannon is good like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two are really good
Oh,
people.
All these people are amazing. You're amazing too, John. Don't sell yourself short. You and Casey do a lot for people up and coming in the community. So.
I mean, I try to do what I can. I mean, I don't really have that big of a platform, so I try to do what I can to help support people, coming up and everything. So, because I know, I mean, I was at one point in time, I was I had no subscribers, nobody following me anywhere. So I know it would have helped me out a lot, even just with my morale, starting out, to have somebody supporting me. So, I try to pay that forward a little bit.
I totally get what you're saying, and I'm even as small as I am, I'm already starting to support some people that are also up and coming. There's new people getting started all the time.
Oh yeah, I think that's what we need to keep doing is reinforcing each other and helping each other out. I think that's how we build a strong community. And I really like the fact that we've got, a pretty good community that's coming about. We definitely have some, I guess, bad actors on occasion that get in there, but for the most part, I think that, the community is really building up very nice, coming back from the old guard or whatever that was around for the longest time. This, the new group of creators and just atheist community in general, I think is doing really good.
Hey, Godless Granny.
Yes.
Check the private chat real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, and we got another one.
There's 3.
Okay. Thank you.
Those are known quantities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, 4:30 in the morning comes early. I have got that morning show to get up and go do that for me. So I've got to go. Thank you very much, Godless Granny, for having me on the show.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for doing what you could.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. And, we'll see you Friday. You're going to be on the show. My dogs are going off.
Oh, I'm coming Friday.
Aren't you going to be on the show Friday?
Sure, I could do that.
I love that. Sure, I can do that. No problem.
It's not like I have to. It's not like I have to do anything to prepare. I just have to make sure I'm dressed.
Anyway, I was saying, I'll see you then, and I hope you have a great week. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
You guys take care.
See you, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
See you later.
Do you want to opt Shannon, Godless Granny?
I'm sorry, what?
Either opt Shannon or Caitlin, so somebody can take care of the chat for you, so you don't have to watch it.
Well, that was the thing is I couldn't figure out how to do it. I have to have their URL to be able to do it.
I'm moderator.
You should need it.
I've got Robin's taking care of it for me now.
Okay, cool.
How do I go to the stream? How do I deal with this?
If Robin can figure it out.
Technology.
This is the right stream.
Technology is not their thing.
How do I? There we go.
There we go.
So, Godless Granny, how are you adjusting to the whole stay-at-home thing? Or
it really isn't an adjustment for me because I stayed at home most of the time anyway. I would go out. The biggest change for me is in my work as a kaja. I'm no longer going out and visiting my kids. And I had, most of the time, I would have 3 cases at a time. And now I'm down to 1. Now, granted, the 1 case that I have is a biggie. There's 7 children involved in this 1 case. And it's also a case with extremely complex legal issues. And it's been going on for a long time. And I've had it for a long time.
That's the wrong thing.
But
Okay,
I can only video chat with the kids now. And I do wish I could go out and actually see the children like I used to. But I can only video chat with them right now.
Who do you want moderators?
Make yourself and make Amiga Nuts. If you see Amiga Nuts.
Yep.
You can do KCA Randy. He's good people. We got a bunch of weirdos in the chat.
Which one should I be doing? Like put user in timeout, hide user on this channel?
Put them in timeout, and if they keep making stupid, if they keep trying to hijack the show, then block them.
Okay. I don't know how to block people, so.
It should be on the same thing. You should have a choice of timeout or block this user.
I didn't see that one.
Okay.
Timeouts, we'll keep them off anyway for now.
Okay. Yeah, timeouts will do. Okay.
I'm a big fan of the timeout. That's my most used moderator power on the couple of channels where I mod.
There's only one person I've ever banned, and it's the same person, and it's because he came on one of my streams to abuse Shannon when she wasn't even on the stream. Yeah, she wasn't even in the stream, and he purposely showed up just to give Shannon shit, and she wasn't even there. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
That's one thing I haven't seen much yet. I did see one really nasty comment to my video Transgender for Beginners, but I only saw it as a notice that it was there. And when I went to open it, it was gone. And so I don't know if the person deleted it themselves or what they said was so bad that YouTube deleted it.
Well, yeah, so YouTube's cracking down on the hate speech. So they probably have a few specific keywords that they'll automatically either delete or hide or something.
Yeah, the one word I saw in it that was obviously objectionable was tranny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why I got banned.
Yeah.
Some of them they just put as for you to moderate, though they get put. You have to give approval to them to be put on. Yeah.
They're not talking about you. I think Duncan Atheism was talking to someone else.
I don't know.
Remember who he called out, but someone else. It's like this is the stream.
Yeah. So Junkshop, what do you have coming up?
My next improv Bible study is going to be tomorrow at 2:00 our time. I'm going to be doing another stream, 2:00 Central. And we're still in 1 Kings, working our way through the story of Solomon.
Okay. Okay, very
good. Then my wife Julie and I will have another couple stream on Thursday night. That's usually at 8:30. We don't have a topic yet, but we'll brainstorm one up the next couple of days.
Night, Shannon.
Shannon say she have to go? Okay. Yep.
Penny
Thank you for
Betsy.
coming, Shannon. Bye-bye. But thank you so much for coming. Bye-bye.
Oh, for goodness sake.
What?
Yeah. Why doesn't he get a life? Seriously, why doesn't he just get a life?
There. He's in timeout.
Honestly, to be someone like that and actually think that you're a good person is just unbelievable.
Well, I mean, there's some people out there that can only, make themselves happy by putting others down. And so you have to learn to recognize those people and cut them out as soon as they show up.
Yeah. As Caitlin says, some people are so sad. It's just,
That was one thing that I always found so difficult about Christianity was going into church and it was usually older men that did it, saying, put a smile on your face. You've got Jesus in your heart. So of course you got something to smile about. And I kept thinking, I don't feel like smiling right now. Why do I have to smile for you?
Yeah.
The worst thing that ever happened to me in a church, and I've never mentioned this to anyone except my husband, and even then only right after it happened, and I never even mentioned this to the pastor, but there was a man in our church, and he was a very large man. I mean, he was 6'4" and over 300 pounds. And he was accused of being sexually inappropriate with 6 different women in the church. And the pastor came before the church and told us about it, that 3 women and 3 men came reporting that this is what their wives had told him, but they didn't want to come forward themselves. And they all came separately, not knowing about the others, that he hadn't assaulted them or anything, but he was just inappropriate with them. And he went through church discipline, and they brought him before the front of the church and were welcoming him back in the fellowship. And we were all supposed to go forward and tell him, we were glad that he was doing better. And when I shook his hand, he pulled me into a hug. And I had no choice in the matter. And I did not want to hug this man. So I dropped my head to keep my body from pressing up against his. And he held me there with my head pressed into his belly. And I was so embarrassed. And it took a while before he finally let me go. And the pastor was standing right next to us and never noticed a thing.
Oh, jeez.
Intelligent Christians. Well, given the example we've had in the chat today, I think that's a contradiction in terms.
Well, considering we're not taking questions, period, this isn't a question and answer session. This is casual conversation. So it's not that we're blocking questions. It's just that this isn't what we came to do. We didn't come to answer your questions.
But you people basically have no respect for anyone. So just go away and grow up.
I mean, would you go to somebody's birthday party and demand that they start answering your questions?
They probably would.
Well, I was actually in Shannon Q's live stream the other night with Laura, and somebody was in the chat, and just out of nowhere they saw that I was there, and they just started making demands of me. They were like, "Convince me to resubscribe to your channel." What if I don't care? I mean, when it's very arrogant whenever somebody comes into a stream of any kind, regardless of what kind of stream it is, and they start demanding things of you just because you're doing a live stream or whatever. It's very arrogant of them on their part.
If you come on to somebody's birthday stream and you're just an asshole, you're just an asshole. Like,
yeah, KC called you an asshole. That's how you know it's serious.
That's how you know you done messed up.
Oh, the stream is full of them at the moment, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Okay. They're giving me view hours.
They are. That's
That's
true.
the way to look at it. It is.
That's the most positive thing you can get out of it. But it is kind of disappointing that they think that this is a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like none of us would show up on a Christian stream that wasn't an open debate forum to discuss anything. You just wouldn't do that to them. But these guys just lack morals. For all they're thinking about, where do your morals come from? Well, wherever yours come from, they are sadly lacking.
That was one of the things that always made me kind of have some doubts about Christianity in the back of my mind, was I have an aunt who is an atheist, and she was such a good person. I mean, nobody could say that my aunt was a bad person. And so whenever I would hear pastors saying that, atheists are this and atheists are that, and my aunt isn't. She's an atheist.
Most of the best people I've met have been atheists, or at least irreligious. So,
right, she was never active as an atheist.
Notcha. Sorry, Notcha's in the chat.
Okay. Hello, Notcha. Amika Nuts wants cake. I wish I could give you all some cake. I really do. Best name ever. Put some cake up. There we go. Very
There
good.
we go.
Thanks for the cake. I have wine.
Casey's totally jealous of your Edgar's cake.
Oh, tell her to come on over. I'll give her a slice. I'll give her a couple of slices. I'm going to have to freeze it otherwise, because the three of us can't finish a whole cake.
Yes, they have really good cake. They do, honey.
They're big cakes.
Oh, they're big cakes. Yes, they are big and they're good.
Mhm.
That's the best kind.
Have you tried Dessert Spoon in Madison?
No,
Okay, don't.
don't.
Dear.
It's not that they're bad. It's just that they're not quite as good as Edgar's, and they're about $10 more.
Oh,
31 watching.
Cool.
All right.
Of
That
course,
is
about 8 of
really
them are
cool.
probably Darth Dawkins sock puppets, but hey, it's still watch time.
It's what
Still
time,
watch
yeah.
time. Yep. And right now I need all I can get if I'm ever going to get to monetization. And I don't
That's
need the
a
money,
hard task.
but it's just a fun goal to work toward. Not just if
15 year timeout.
I will tell you how old I actually am. I am 59 today.
So you're still young.
Yep, I'm still young. 59. Next year I'm old.
Nope. Next year you're still 59.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're only as old as you feel. The problem is, as we get older, the days where we actually feel old increase. That's the worst part of it.
Well, it is nice that my hair is still the same color it is. I do not color my hair, and a lot of people are really surprised. But one of the things is, when I was young, I always looked younger than I was, and it was an issue when I was young. One thing that was funny, when we were kids and we would go to the movies, and my youngest brother was 11 and my sister was 13. Let's see. Yeah, I was 15 and my oldest brother was 17. And my brother would take us to the movies and get 4 tickets, 1 child and 3 adults. But he would give me the child's ticket and give my youngest brother my ticket, because my youngest brother, who at 11 was about 5'8", he's now 6'4", could not pass for under 12. But at 15, I could easily pass for under 12.
Hey, whatever works.
Yep. So we bought the right tickets. We just didn't give them to the right people because it was easier to get in.
It's like when you get carded when you're in your 30s, when you go into a pub or somewhere. It's really annoying.
My husband and I both did.
Oh, wow.
We went to a wine tasting, and it was my husband and my older brother and me. And my husband was the oldest one there, and he was the only one that was carded. He was 32.
Damn.
But you also have to realize my husband is 5'6", and at the time he weighed about 128 pounds. He did not look 32. So what are you working on this week, this Godless Engineer, besides the Bible study you're releasing tomorrow?
Oh no, the Bible study was today.
Oh, that was today. Okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow is there's this channel called Wretched, I think is what it's called. It's a fairly big channel. They last January they put out a video where they were talking about 4 arguments against atheists saying that they don't know that God exists or something. So I've got that is coming out tomorrow, and then Thursday I've got a clip from the Skeptic Mafia podcast that I'm putting up, and then Friday I've got a clip from The Line show that I did with Dear Mr. Atheist.
Mm-hmm.
I got a clip from that's probably going to go up on Friday, and then of course Friday night we've got a live stream. So still pretty full week.
Okay, very good, very good. Jen, what do you have coming up?
Well, that's a good question. Tomorrow night our time, so that'll be Thursday morning US. Myself, Notcher, Maro, and Ozman are resurrecting Down Under Discourse, and we're going to be having a bit of fun on that. Then I'm going to be doing a series on discoveries in maths and science, where I'll be discussing the proofs that were done, or the way that these things were discovered. Well, the first one I'm going to be doing is how we know that the area of a circle is pi r squared, and how that's actually worked out, which is based on principles that Archimedes came up with. Part of this series I'll be doing in collaboration with Danger Hissy, because I'm going to do the maths and science part of it, and she's going to do the history of the person who actually did the work. Okay. So on her channel, she'll be doing the history, and I'll be doing the proofs. So that should be really quite interesting. Aside from that, I'll probably have a debunk video out sometime this week, and next week will be the first show that myself and Jen Aldrich are doing together, and our guest for that is Neil, the 604 Atheist.
Oh, cool.
Oh, well, that'll be a good show.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. The Jen Collective is here, and we are going to take everyone by storm. The second show is in progress. We're going to have a couple of guests on it, and we'll be discussing why people choose to ignore science. So, like from a Christian bent or from a conspiracy theorist bent, why they choose to ignore science. And we're going to have a few guests on that who we haven't reached out to all of them yet, but we've got at least one person on who's sort of said he'd do it, but we haven't told him what date it's going to be yet. So hopefully you can make it. And yeah, that'll hopefully be the week after. So
do you know why I did?
What did you do?
No, I said why I ignored science.
Why did you ignore science?
Mostly because I didn't know any better. You know, I would hear the science from the Christian point of view, and my second daughter is a doctor, and she would listen to some of this and say, "Mom, this is junk science." And I'd say, okay, so what's wrong with it? What should I be looking at? But she never answered any of those questions. She just told me that what I was looking at was junk, and said, okay, where's the real stuff? And I didn't even know where to look.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. That comes down under the indoctrination, where you haven't had that part of the education has been kept from you because they're instilling the Christian or other religion ideals. But there's still the element of people who've had a proper education and should know better, but are prepared to turn away from that because reasons. And I find it fascinating that people will do that, because it seems like there's a lack of critical thinking being taught in our school systems.
I find it especially odd when it's coming from doctors. You know, when I find someone that says that they're a medical doctor and yet they buy into all the creationist stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one throws me for a loop too. Because especially the area that I work in, it's very odd to hear like other engineers talk about obviously magical things as if they were real. So it's very odd.
Now that's something that kind of threw me for a loop as I became an atheist, is hearing atheists describe God as performing magic. And I thought, you know, I never looked at it that way. But then when you stop looking at it from a Christian viewpoint and you start looking at it from a more secular viewpoint, and I get, you know, speaking something and it coming into being, that's exactly an incantation. I mean, that's exactly what magic is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I mean, a lot of times people will get offended if you refer to it as magic, but
yes,
I mean, in any other sense, if the same things were to happen, we would call that magic. I mean, like you have in Acts, which I just recently looked up, you have Peter's shadow that heals people. Yeah. I mean, in any other instance, that would be labeled magic. Like they were magically healed. You know, so I mean, it just
or touching.
I don't understand why it would be bad to not call it what it is. But I mean, I get that they don't want it to be magic. I guess.
Yeah.
But that seems to only be that seems to only be a property of Judeo based religions. So if you go outside of that, if you look at Hinduism or I was going to say Buddhism, but it's not always a religion, Buddhism. So, but you know where I'm getting to, or more traditional things like the Greeks and the Romans, their gods performed magic. It was magic. It was no different to any other magic. It was just they were more powerful at it. It just seems to be this Abrahamic religion thing that no, it's not magic because magic is evil and wrong, and so we don't do magic. Our God doesn't do magic. It's just
I need
crazy.
To recognize somebody in the chat. It's
we lost Junkshop.
Screeches in Revolution. Screeches in Revolution says, by the way, this is Matt. Matt is he's featured as in an interview in my video Transgender for Beginners, and he is the artist that drew my avatar.
Hi, Matt.
Yeah. Matt, did you get the money I sent you? Matt doesn't like taking money for his artwork, but I sent him some anyway. Hey, if you're going to work, you get paid for it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I agree.
Matt says that I share a birthday with Karl Marx. I didn't know that. I didn't know that today was Karl Marx's birthday.
So, John, are you in shutdown at the moment? Or is your state still operating?
Well, yeah. So, Godless Granny and I, we actually only live like a few miles apart. But yeah, we're at a stay-at-home kind of thing right now, or I think she's calling it a safer at home, right? It's safer at home, not stay at home.
Right. We are allowed to go out, but there's still a lot of things that are closed. But having a daughter who's doing a fellowship in infectious diseases right now, she suggested that my husband and I not go out at all. And so Robin, my 19-year-old, does all of our shopping for us. And we do not leave the house except we go for a walk every day around our neighborhood. And we wear masks on our walk, even though there's nobody else in our neighborhood that's doing it. But we encounter a lot of people on our walk every day. And so we go ahead and we wear our masks on our walk.
That's good. I mean, KC and I, we wear our masks all the time. So whenever we go, we try to make sure that we only go out when we need to, like to get either to pick up my son or to get groceries or food of some kind. Those are really the only times that we go out. Luckily, we both work jobs where we can telework.
Bye, KCA. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Randy.
Yeah, I up before the pandemic, I was home a lot. I would go out to go grocery shopping and to do my causual work. I guess the biggest change for me is not being able to go to the courthouse. Although I had my last hearing in February, and we set our next hearing date for June. Yeah, it's in June. It's coming up in June. I just hope it doesn't end up getting postponed because the courthouse was closed for a month. Because there's some emotional things that will really be so much better if we can get a decision from the judge on where this case is going to end up. And we have to wait another 3 months to get a decision. It's going to be hard on this kid. Oh, the one thing I did have to go get for myself, though, was wine.
Oh, yeah.
Buy wine for me.
KC was wondering what you were drinking.
Yeah, this is wine, and it's Bay Bridge, which is a so-so wine, but at $3 a bottle, it's my go-to brand for every day.
Oh, okay,
cool. I love your glass too.
Thank you.
Is it actual crystal or is it just cut glass?
It's cut glass. It actually was a wedding present from my sister-in-law.
Oh, nice.
Now, you have to remember that I was 21 when I got married, and my sister-in-law was the same age as me. So I don't think they're real expensive, but they sure do look nice, and they look expensive. And yeah, I've had these for 36 years.
Oh, for goodness sake. Sorry. I should stop watching the chat.
I've been watching a little bit too.
Unbelievable.
Amiga Nuts wants to know where's the cake. Scroll up, Amiga Nuts. Kristen brought the cake. Kristen threw in a cake.
Oh, thank you, Amiga Nuts.
There's some cake for you. That should be enough for everyone. Oh, and here. Let's see. Oh, there it is.
Brainbug wants a wrench.
Wine for everyone too. Brainbug, I would be happy to give you a wrench, but I am having too many problems trying to figure out. Robin, if you can give Brainbug a wrench, that would be helpful. Robin is controlling my wrenches for me because I can't figure out how to do it.
As long as you get about 8 people with wrenches, they should be here most of the time and be able to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you only need to worry about that if you're doing a live stream or you're premiering something. So
there, wine for.
Come to assist in the giving of wrenches.
Oh! I didn't realize you did that. I thought you could do it from where you were.
I cannot.
Oh, well, it's good you got a teenager there who's capable.
Yep. There we go. Okay, Omega Nuts has a wrench now.
Oh, for goodness sake, I evolved to act this way. Yeah, well. No, you didn't. You just chose to act that way because you're an ignorant idiot. Why? I mean, no, it's good for your views and that, but why do people have to be assholes, basically?
Yep.
And I mean, it's not like it's one-offs. This is consistent. We see it all the time from this individual and his crew and his sock puppets. So,
Okay.
I doubt there's anyone in the community who hasn't had him show up at some point.
Oh, really? It's the first time I've seen him. That's
Yeah.
why I don't know him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, Duncan Atheism is a pretty well-known troll, and all these guys have multiple sock accounts, which I don't know if they're all Duncan Atheism, but I know I posted up the stream on my social media, so I probably have a lot of trolls that follow me. So it's most likely my fault.
It's okay.
He's been chasing Chris the last few days as well, Daily Atheist. So
Like I said,
okay.
I get the views,
So-
and I need the view hours. So I don't care if
no,
trolls all show
no,
up.
you got 29 watching. It's great.
They could chat with each other in the chat while we chat with each other and ignore them.
Well, they can't chat in the chat at all. They're probably chatting in a private thing in Twitter. Although it's probably all mostly just him because he tends to use a lot of sock puppets. So yeah, Caitlin's right. People can't be decent. Well, some people can't be decent. It's just ridiculous. Why don't you think you're God fearing? Why don't you just go and pray in the corner instead of bothering good people?
I can see with some of the things that John says that would bother some of them.
Praying in the corner, would you?
No, I'm thinking about the way he words certain things.
It's just frustrating.
I think-
Anyway, we shouldn't be talking about them. We should be enjoying your birthday, which is such a cool thing.
I think Junkshop is right that it's kind of a rite of passage to have them show up. That's one of the things I thought about too. Is I look at the comments I get, and I have been surprised that I haven't gotten more negative comments and more people showing up. But I figure as I grow, they'll come, and we'll deal with them when they get there.
Well, I've actually got to be going, but it was
Okay.
awesome being able to hang out with you tonight, Godless Granny.
Well,
happy birthday. I
thank
hope that
you.
you have a great rest of your birthday.
Thank you. And thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I think it was your presence that brought a lot of the people here. And and I don't
make him feel worse.
No, I don't necessarily mean the trolls. I am just so pleased that Paula Gia and Shannon Q showed up. I mean, that just made my year. And I know a lot of these people here are Robin's friends, and so I was happy to have them here as well. I think we can go ahead and close it up because I think it is starting to get a little bit late, and people do have other things that they need to do as well. But thank you so much, both of you, for coming and joining me.
It's been my pleasure.
I had a wonderful time. Yep.
Yeah, thank you for including me. I'm really glad that I was able to come on tonight and celebrate your birthday with you. So awesome.
And thank you everyone in the chat who showed up. Thank you for coming, and thank you for the happy birthday wishes. And I wish you all a good evening or a good morning, depending on what time of day it is where you are. So thank you and goodbye.
Bye.